Hola, welcome to Ida's Kitchen. Bienvenidos. My name is Ida Lugo McAllister, and I am going to demonstrate how to prepare arroz con pollo, rice with chicken. Arroz con pollo is a very common dish in the Latin culture. Every Latin culture has its own recipe. Sofrito, a special blend of herbs and vegetables sautéed in a tomato oil-based sauce, is what gives our cuisine its unique flavor and aroma. Two other important ingredients are seasoning envelope with coriander and annatto to add color to the rice, and culantro, recao, an aromatic herb. If you don't have culantro, then double the amount for cilantro. I also will be preparing this rice dish with chicken stock. You can either make your own chicken stock, which most of the time I do, or purchase the chicken stock. I like this particular brand because it is unsalted, but you purchase the brand of your preference. One more thing. I prefer to use chicken thighs for this recipe because they provide a richer and more intense flavor. However, you can select other chicken parts. Let's start preparing the marinade for the chicken thighs. In a bowl, add 2 minced garlic cloves, 1 tablespoon of white vinegar, 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, 1/2 teaspoon of light salt or to taste, and 1/4 teaspoon of cumin. Mix all the ingredients until well blended. These are bone-in, skinless chicken thighs that have been rinsed. Let's pour the marinade. And coat them evenly. The chicken thighs are completely coated with the marinade, so cover bowl with lid, refrigerate for 4 hours or overnight. I forgot to mention earlier that I will be posting the links on the comment section of this YouTube video for sofrito, seasoning envelope, and culantro. I will be using 2 cups of the long grain white rice for this recipe. I understand in our culture we tend to use the medium grain white rice. I prefer the long grain because it has a firmer and drier texture and tends to separate when cooked, creating a fluffy, light rice. The medium grains are very moist and soft and tend to stick together when cooked. I also like to rinse the rice to remove some of the starch content. This is optional. Let's rinse and drain the rice with cold water using a fine mesh strainer. At first the water will be cloudy because you are basically removing the surface starch. When the water runs clear, the rice has been rinsed. Let's start searing the chicken. I preheated a 4-quart saucepan, caldero, with 1 tablespoon of canola oil over high heat. Place the chicken thighs into saucepan and sear the meat to lightly brown on one side. Carefully turn the thighs over to the other side to sear. We just completed searing the chicken thighs. Place them on a plate and set aside. The next step is to saute the condiments. Add the following ingredients to the saucepan. Caldero over medium heat. 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. 2 tablespoons of tomato sauce. 2 tablespoons of sofrito made with culantro. 1.5 teaspoons of light salt or to taste. 3 sprigs of chopped cilantro. 2 minced garlic cloves. 16 pimiento stuffed green olives. 2 to 3 small culantro leaves from my garden, cut into pieces. And 1 seasoning envelope with coriander and anado. Stir all the ingredients until well blended and saute for 3 minutes, stirring occasionally. Place the chicken thighs back into saucepan and coat them evenly with the tomato oil based sauce. Pour 2.5 cups of chicken stock and bring the liquid to a boil. The liquid is boiling, so we can add 2 cups of the long grain white rice. Stir rice well into liquid. When the liquid starts to boil again, reduce heat to a simmer. Cover saucepan with a tight-fitting lid and cook for 15 minutes or until the liquid is absorbed. The rice has absorbed most of the liquid. Let's gently turn the rice by inserting a spoon to the bottom inside edge of the saucepan and bringing the bottom rice to the top. As I turn the rice, you can see that the rice is getting tender. We just finished turning the rice. Cover saucepan with lid and continue simmering for 20 to 30 minutes or until the rice is tender. After 20 minutes of simmering, let's check the rice for doneness. By the way, most of the olives are in the bottom of saucepan. The rice has such a beautiful color. Mira qué bonito me quedó el arroz con pollo. The chicken and rice are definitely cooked and tender. The arroz con pollo is ready to be served. As I mentioned earlier, arroz con pollo, rice with chicken, is a very common dish in the Latin culture. We love to serve the rice dish with a salad, avocado slices, and tostones. For your information, I grow my own produce to make sofrito, and this is one of the reasons why this dish is so tasty. Check out my YouTube video for sofrito to see my garden. Let's taste the arroz con pollo. The chicken is juicy and tender. The rice is also tender and fluffy with lots of tropical flavors. ¡Qué rico! You can also serve this dish with stewed beans. My husband, who is Irish, loves to add hot sauce our pique to the rice and beans. Mi esposo salió puertorriqueño. I hope you have enjoyed watching my YouTube video on how to prepare arroz con pollo, rice with chicken.